Ladies and
Let's
gentlemen,
go.
we have football. It is back. We just almost finished week 1. That was an awesome week, guys. We had a lot of great games. We had a lot of bad games, but you know what? It is football. It is the NFL. It's official. We're back. Fantasy football started. We are officially starting our first NFL season here at NSP. We're finally starting it, guys. I'm so excited. Hope you guys are excited. But dang, man, let's get right into it. What was your first takeaway? First thought in your mind right now. What was your first takeaway on the first week? Go ahead.
Sadness.
Disappointment.
Pretty content.
Me, myself, I'm like that mixture, it's like you're sad and you're happy at the same time. But we'll get into it, guys. We're gonna be talking every matchup. We're talking about the biggest sleepers, the biggest up and up guys, up and up teams, fantasy talk. We got it all today, you guys. It's nonstop football. You got 18 weeks nonstop football, and that is starting now. All right, guys. First things first. We had a lot of injuries this past week, guys, and I do mean a lot of injuries, including my 49ers. So I'm going to go ahead and name off just a couple of key injuries that happened this past Sunday. We got Mekhi Becton. He's the tackle for the Jets. That's a huge loss for the Jets, man. Jedrick Willis Jr., another tackle. He plays for the Browns. That's another big loss. That guy's a big boy. And then we got Jerry Jeudy.
Oof.
Guys.
Oh.
Yeah, the second-year wide receiver on the Broncos. Yeah, he's on some fantasies. He got injured. He has a high ankle sprain, so good thing he's not out for the season. Hopefully we'll see him soon. Jeff Okudah, the cornerback from the Lions. He was a 3rd overall pick last draft. So that was a huge hit for the Lions. He bit off too many kneecaps. The 49ers, they lost Jason Verrett. If it wasn't for Alex Smith, he would have been comeback player of the year last year. He suffered another torn ACL. He is out for the season. Along with the Niners, Raheem Mostert, he's having knee problems. He's out for 8 weeks. And then, guys, this one's going to hit all of our hearts dearly. We got Ryan Fitzpatrick, the quarterback from Washington Sandcastles. He has a hip subluxation. I butchered that. But basically, it's like a dislocated hip. So with his age, it's going to take a long time to get back, or maybe he might not come back.
Yeah.
They're saying like 8 weeks right now, right?
They're saying 8 weeks, but they also saying with his age, we don't know. It's up to his body to see if the body still wants to play or not.
Cam Newton to the Sandcastles?
They did mention that. They're like, well, that's an easy fix. You just send Cam Newton back with his old head coach. And his old head coach,
Mike Rivera.
Yeah, Rivera straight up just said, we are not looking for a quarterback at this time. Just totally dismissing the idea the idea of Cam Newton going back with him. Honestly, guys, I don't think he liked Cam Newton that much. It was just a lot of drama with him.
His aura is too big.
His aura is too big for the
Way
team.
too big.
Way too big.
Yeah, he can't handle that. So I don't think it's too many auras there. Yeah. I don't think we could see Cam Newton go back to Washington, or not go back to Washington, but go to Washington back with Rivera. But I don't know. I think Cam Newton's done.
Who knows? I think.
I think a team has to be really desperate if they're going to reach out to him at this point.
Yeah. No disrespect to Cam or anything like that. I still think he's a good player, but definitely, if a team is very desperate, like what Reed said, they would have no issue signing him, in my opinion.
But can you sign Cam Newton as a backup, or will that bring too much drama to the locker room?
No, you cannot sign him as a backup, and he even said it himself. It's a him thing. He says it's a blessing and a curse himself. So, unfortunately for him, it's going to be really tough for a team to even consider him. So that's really sucks for him because he's actually a decent QB. Sometimes,
He's a former MVP.
yeah.
He is a former MVP. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be very tough for him to find a team. There are going to have to be some injuries, I think, in order for that to happen, or someone just has to just downright just play horrible. Heineke, right? That's the name for Washington.
Mhm.
He played decent. He played
He did.
okay. He was told that Washington is his team now, and he has to lead that. So can we see him take that lead role and lead him to a winning season? They're making the Cowboys' lives a little bit easier, but can Heineke push through and win with a very winnable team?
I think they can. I mean, they almost came close with the Chargers, and the Chargers are a pretty darn good team. They did come back. They had a rough start, and they did come back and try to get the lead. They did at one point, but I think they have potential to do something, especially with Ron Rivera as their coach. You could do anything with that guy. So hopefully Heineke, he steps up to the plate. I think he did last year, that one game he played.
I think he has the chance to be able to. But as far as winning the East now, especially how well the Cowboys looked on Thursday night, it's going to be rough, man. Definitely glad I didn't take any bets when I was saying the Redskins were going to win the division.
Yeah, I think so too, man. Heineke, he's good. He can fit right in with that team just because we know that Fitzmagic wasn't the best QB, but he definitely was solid. But that defense is solid, man. To make the Chargers with the type of offense that they have and only allow them 20 points, that's pretty good, especially when your starting QB goes down in the first half like that. So definitely defense will make up for it.
Now, Reed and Gabe both said something that made the wheels turn in my head. The gears, they're going right now. Now, Gabe said that the Washington football team, they came back and gets a very good team. And Reed said that we saw a very good Cowboys team. Now, that brings up the question, are they that good or are they that bad? We saw a lot of matchups this week where we can't really tell, hey, that team's really good. Or is it the opposing team really that bad? For example, this is a good example right here. I think Vince brought it up earlier when we were talking. Texans against the
Oh, yes.
Jaguars. The Texans blew out the Jaguars. It was just it was nice to see because everyone has Texans not winning a single game, but they looked really, really good against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, are the Texans that good or the Jaguars that bad?
I'm leaning towards a little bit more to the Texans side because the Jaguars did play pretty good. They played decent. They did put up some points. Starting QB, rookie QB had 3 touchdowns. But the Texans, like you said, AJ, they came out stunting. They came out playing. Their defense played really good. And a good defense goes a long way.
Yes, a good defense does go a long way. I just want to bring out some stats over here for the Jacksonville Jaguars. More so Trevor Lawrence. Now, Trevor Lawrence, he did not have a career day. He did not have a great day. He did not have a horrible day. He had an okay
gay.
kind of bad day.
His first loss. Did you see that stat? Since
Yes.
High school, college. That's crazy.
Welcome to the NFL, baby.
Yep.
Exactly.
Welcome to the NFL, man. People get paid to win, so hell yeah, they're going to want to win. Welcome to the NFL. Will Shipley says that bad. Yeah, so he thinks the
Ooh.
Jacksonville Jaguars are that bad, and here I'm going to defend that opinion right now. Juan says, I was very disappointed in the Vikings. Don't be. I'm going to get into that right now.
It did not call
But
that one.
yes, we did. Let's go Bengals, baby. So let's get into Trevor Lawrence. He had 51 attempts, guys. 51. He completed 28 of those. Jan.
Ooh.
That's pretty
Yeah.
rough. Never mind.
So his completion
Bro.
rating was 54.9% for 332 yards. That's a lot of yards. So
Yeah.
good. Anytime any quarterback reaches over 300 yards, that's good. But he had 3 touchdowns along with 3 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's not. That's a scary situation. The rule of thumb is if you have 3 or more turnovers, your win percentage is less than 30%.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of defends Will Stripling right here, saying that they are that bad. Because what team can win with 3 or more turnovers? I'll tell you what team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh my
They had
god.
4 turnovers. 4 turnovers.
Uh-huh.
So are the Cowboys that good, or are they that bad that they couldn't capitalize on a 4 turnover game? You see what I'm talking about here? There's a lot of games like that. So let's go ahead. Let's get into the Cowboys game. Yeah.
I wouldn't say either. Are you saying the Cowboys are that bad that they couldn't?
I'm
or
asking,
the
are they
Buccaneers
that
are that
bad?
good? I don't
Are
think
they-
the Cowboys are that bad, no. I think
Okay.
they just
not
got
at
to
all.
figure out their kicker situation. They win that game if they can make
Oh, yeah.
just one more kick.
Okay.
And if they score in the red zone, I mean, they only had 1 touchdown on those turnovers. You know, you gotta get the ball in the end zone on those turnovers. Those are very crucial.
So is the offense good then? If you had 3 turnovers that you didn't score on?
So
I
there's one thing that the Cowboys need to do better at, and that's running the ball. So I know that their game plan against the Buccaneers was not to run it because of the stacked D line and linebacker core. So they were using Zeke as a kind of like a blocking back most of the time. He only got 5 points. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, I think that their offense is good passing wise, but they really need to get back to that 60-40 running over passing, because that's their true niche there on the offensive scheme. Hey, Nestor, how about them?
Yeah.
How about them Steelers? Congratulations to the Steelers for winning and beating the Buffalo Bills that were so hyped up about all preseason. That's
At
another, are
home.
they good or are they that bad? But still on the Cowboy topic, Will Stripling says, did Zeke look weak? He did cut down on a lot of weight. This guy is shredded. Did he look weak?
I won't say, sorry, Gabe. I won't say that he looks weak. It's just that he needs to be a different back because he didn't like lose all his muscle, but he's more lean than he is stocky like he was in the past years. That's all I got to say. He's got to be a different back.
That makes a lot of sense, Vince. That's a good point.
There is one play that I remember from that game. It was a little dump pass to Zeke. He came out, little bubble route. They gave it to Zeke. It was a 1-on-1 open field tackle, and I was like, Zeke scored here. Zeke has a touchdown. There's no way that you're going to be able to take down Zeke 1-on-1 when the end zone's within 5 yards. They took him down.
100%.
Oh my gosh.
I know what
That
play you're
should
talking about.
not happen when you are one of the highest paid running backs in the league. That should not happen, sir. That should not happen. Juan says that he lost his confidence.
You shouldn't have won.
What do you mean he shouldn't have?
You shouldn't have lost his confidence.
No, he said he lost his confidence.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Will says that he gets that. Yeah, he needs to play a different play. Well, he doesn't necessarily need to play a different play style. If he still wants to be that physical back, I mean, he needs to play like a physical back. Yeah, it's a lot of mental here too, but you're not supposed to be getting tackled on an open field 1-on-1 tackle within 5 yards in the end zone. That's not supposed to happen.
That is very true.
Yeah. I mean, you could expect that from other running backs that is their first year in the league, or really, just a speed type of guy.
Backup running back.
Correct.
Or there's just a great defensive player, etc.
But he made his name out there. He made it a point to where his name is known out there in the league. You got to perform to that. And trust me, there's thousands of guys out there that are hungry for that position.
Their backup running back is one of those guys. Pollard, he's hungry for a starting position.
What's that guy's name that we saw in Hard Knocks? He's now in the practice squad.
Oh, that little short dude.
The guy with the glasses.
Glasses.
Yeah,
I forgot his name.
man.
Yeah,
Those glasses, that's cool.
I hope he gets a chance, man. Hope he gets a chance. But let's go ahead and feed off of Nestor. He says, "How about them Steelers?" So are the Steelers that good, or did the Bills just did not perform? I'll tell you one thing. Offensively, they didn't really perform that well. The Buffalo Bills. Now, let me tell you about the Steelers. Offensively, they didn't really perform all that well either. So were they both that bad? Tell you what, they're not bad. I think they're rusty.
Yeah,
that happens with a lot of these teams in the NFL. The first game, as bad as it might look, don't overthink it. We got a lot of game left, and there's going to be a lot of changes. So, yeah, I see Reed nodding his head right here next to me.
yeah.
I mean,
True, AJ.
if you think about it, you still got 16 or 15 more games. That's a lot. This was just that one game is a gimme. But that Steelers game, say that punt doesn't happen, the muff punt, that's still a close game. And, either team is – I mean, I think the Bills come on top if that doesn't happen, if I'm being real.
I'll make a point right now. A lot of the teams we're talking about right now who are like either if they're not that good or are they really that bad, a lot of them didn't play their starters that they played right now in the preseason. And I think that's where that rust comes from. So I think coming into week 2 and week 3, we'll find out if those teams are the real deal or if they're really bottom of the barrel. So,
are you mentioning the Packers when you say that?
I mentioned the Packers. I'm mentioning the Titans. So we didn't really talk about the Titans. Mentioning the Cowboys. They didn't play
Dak Prescott.
all their starters all that well.
Dak looked good.
But yeah, especially Dak. But Dak looked good.
That
looked good.
That guy
looked bad.
Yeah. So
the only thing I will say about that, I still agree with the Packers in not playing their starters during preseason. Would it have helped a little bit? Probably. But then playing 10 to 15 meaningless snaps wouldn't have changed that much, in my opinion.
It wouldn't have changed that match. It would have changed the rhythm of the team, definitely. But just like Aaron Rodgers said himself, it's one game. They play bad sometimes. And for those of y'all out there, you guys want us to be like, Reed, the Packers suck. They lost. The Saints, who dat nation? No, we're not doing that here because here we're real. We are real here, guys. It's the Packers. We're still talking about the same Packers that was the same team last year. That is not going to happen again. I'll bet money that will not happen again this season.
That was Rodgers' worst performance, I think, ever.
Worst performance ever. They sat him down in the fourth quarter, not because he was doing bad, but to prevent injury because he was getting hit a lot. So our Nestor says hi, Ben. That's right. Okay, so are the Saints that good, or are the Packers playing that bad? Their defense looked real solid.
Yeah, Saints defense looks solid.
Really good.
Dude, they're all over.
Marcus Davenport.
I don't know if it was just our receivers not playing as hard or they weren't hungry as the Saints or what it was, but they were getting smothered. Absolutely smothered.
Yeah. No, the defensive line the Saints have is pretty great. I mean, you got Jordan, and then you got Davenport, his third year, first rounder out of UTSA, coming alive and getting in a good rhythm because last year he didn't. The following year he had a foot injury. So him coming alive, he even had a sack on Aaron Rodgers. So I think it's just the defensive front is really good too.
The backfield is great as well.
Oh,
Huge shout out to Lattimore, man. That guy was a game time decision. He comes out of the locker room with a freaking cast and just went, F you, man. We're still the Saints. And Reed, I have to shout this out.
Okay.
I have to shout this out. I promised him. I don't think he's watching live right now. But Muhammad Mugrabi, how accurate he was last week when he said that the Saints were going to win 45-3. Oh my gosh, how accurate was that?
One touchdown off, man.
One
Yeah.
touchdown off. Dude, that's insane. That is insane. I'm in my head last week. I was like, okay, yeah, say whatever you want. There's no way that's gonna happen against Aaron Rodgers. Wow.
The other way, if you told me one quarterback was going to have 5 touchdowns, another quarterback was going to have 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, I'd be like, hell yeah, that's going to happen.
Absolutely.
The other way around.
That would have been Jameis Winston all the way. That would have been Jameis. Dude, Jameis looked like a stud out there because he.
When did he become a runner?
Okay, well, check this out. He's always been a runner. He's always been a runner.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he has. He's always been a runner. He's always been a dual threat.
Because he's never had a coach like that, a coach that could connect to him. No shade on the Tampa Bay coach. It's just that he didn't connect with Jameis Winston. Different system, different coach, different, everything. The thing is, Winston's a totally different quarterback. He's not throwing into clustered fields. He's taking his time. He's checking down. If it's not there, he's not forcing it. And he's not using his legs as a threat. He's using it as an option. Mm-hmm. As you saw, there's multiple passes where he was running to the line of scrimmage and just nails the wide receiver right there in the end zone. That's phenomenal. That's a young Russell Wilson play right there.
Yeah. New eyes, new Russell. I mean, Jameis, you know what I mean?
And you know what the most important part was? When you look at Jameis Winston, it looks like he's having fun. He's enjoying it out there. He loves the system. He fits very well. I had my doubts in the beginning, but I like it. I like what they're doing.
Yeah. And everyone's on the Jameis Winston bandwagon. Everybody's loving on him, which is good.
Yeah,
not bandwagon, but everyone's riding with him.
And I think it's too soon to say pick him up on fantasy.
Yes,
I think it's a little too soon.
He played great, but the way they played him is not how they're probably going to be able to all the time. They heavily relied on the run, so he didn't have to do too much. But what he did do was great.
So, Reed, we have to get your reaction here.
Okay.
We have to.
Yes.
Okay. Last week you fought tooth and nail.
I put myself out there. Yeah.
You put yourself out there last week. You were swearing left and right. You were throwing the Bible. You were just doing whatnot, and you said the Packers are going to have one of the best defenses in the league. And you also said there's absolutely no way the Packers are going to lose to those teams. And the Saints were one of them. You said the Packers, and you swore by it. You said they're going 17-0.
Yeah, I believed it. Yeah.
Give me your reaction. What are your thoughts? What's inside your head?
I didn't say it on the podcast. I don't think so, but I did believe that we could have a game where our offense just didn't click, or we could have our defense just going to be the same old. I was really hoping it wouldn't happen. But yeah, our defense looked pretty bad. And I 100% blame the coaching staff. We have great stars on that defense, and they're just not capitalizing with what we have. I also believed Kevin King, our quarterback that we brought back, was going to be better. A lot of people trusted in him as coaching staff, and God, he got absolutely embarrassed just like he did last year, and it was just terrible. We need to put our Eric Stokes in that starting position starting week 2. Kevin King cannot be trusted. Our offense just didn't click. I was hoping our rookies on the offensive line would play better than they were. It's not helping with Bakhtiari still out. Once he is healthy, we can move Jenkins, who's holding down that left tackle spot, over somewhere on the right side, wherever he wants to, because you can play well in any spots. We're just going to have to wait till Bakhtiari gets back and hopefully hold down the line until then. And then we got to figure out something on defense because it's not looking good. After we do that,
O-line looked bad. So as a Packers fan, are you worried about going up against teams like the Washington football team or after you saw the Seattle Seahawks, did y'all go up against the Arizona Cardinals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Cardinals. They look great. Even the Niners, their front 7 is just is great. We have trouble with our corners, but our front 7. How do you feel? Your front line looked total.
I definitely believe that we can get better. I know, I mean, all of you agree that the Packers did not play up to their full potential. Yeah, we're not as great as I was saying last week, but we did not play to our full potential. I definitely am more worried about other games now. I would say if we don't figure it out next week against the Lions, and if we don't look as the normal Packers, then it's going to be a really rough season.
Yes, it will be a really rough season, but you gotta trust in the team, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
I'm
gotta
not
trust
jumping
in the
ship
team.
yet. 16-1.
There you go.
16-1.
I love it, Reed. I love the confidence.
Now we're going 16-1.
Reed. You're
I
talking
can
like
get
a
10 out of 10 for
Cowboys
that.
fan, man.
Hey, man.
I was gonna mention that.
Hey, I had to go all in on this season, man. We
Yeah.
all know the Packers aren't going to be the same next year. We all know.
We know. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers does not stay with Green Bay. I hate seeing that guy on the field. I honestly do. I don't like seeing him on the field.
Hey, he might retire next year. Who knows?
Bro,
He
yeah, I was about to say he's looking a little up there in age, like
he did.
appearance wise.
Well, he lost
did.
some weight.
Yeah, he lost some weight, but I mean,
he's in great football shape right now.
Okay.
Benny Benavides says, "Let's go Browns." Arguably, probably the best game of the week was the Browns and Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
But that question still arises: were they that good or were they that bad? Kind of like the Bills and the Steelers. They look good, but were the defense really playing that good? I mean, there's a scuffle where I saw a Browns player hit the Chiefs coach on the sideline. That was a great game, yes. Very enjoyable to watch. Freaking Odell left me up and dry on fantasy where he decided game time that he wasn't going to play. So I had to make a quick switch. But also with the Packers, that's also a great transition to talk about fantasy. We had a lot of disappointments, guys, for fantasy football. Let's talk fantasy football time. For you fantasy players out there, listen up. It's about to get real. Aaron Rodgers, like what? 1 point, 1.90?
1.3.
1.3.
You only need one.
We only need 1 million,
You only
guys.
need one.
As long as we get 1 million, we can make it in life. Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, they all out of here. Odell Beckham decided not to perform. Raheem Mostert got injured. Ezekiel Elliott is not Ezekiel Elliott. Who else? Who else did not perform, guys?
Julio Jones had 5 points.
Jones.
Mike Evans had 5 points. Jaceki from one of the tight ends that we talked really high about had 0 points.
0 points.
Let's see. We had James Robinson from Jacksonville, the running back last year that surprised everyone, free agent. He only had 8 points. I mean, they didn't use him well. But yeah, there's a bunch of
Najee Harris.
Najee Harris, yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, man. But there was also a lot of players that did perform that nobody has even heard of, or they didn't think that they were gonna switch well to their new teams, stuff like that. I mean, I'll talk about one that not really anybody knows. His name is KJ Osborne from the Vikings. He's their number 3 receiver. And the Vikings receiving core is looking healthy and strong, man. They got Thielen. They got Jefferson. Thielen had 10 catches, I believe. Jefferson had 9 targets. I don't know how many he caught, but he did really well, too. I think it was 7. And then KJ Osborne, he also had 9 targets, 7 receptions, 70 yards. That's pretty good for a guy that this is basically his first year starting. So he definitely earned his spot.
Yeah, not bad. Another sleepers that are on fantasy, a lot of people probably not started this guy, was Cole Beasley. That guy tore it up. I mean, not really tore it up, but he played not as expected. He got 14 points, which is not a lot, but compared to, I bet, most of y'all players' starting lineup, that's way more than what they got. Jalen Waddle, that guy, he got 16 points. What a stud. That guy's awesome. Kmet, the tight end from the Bears, even though they got demolished, he got 9 points. For a tight end, that's not bad. It's pretty solid. It's not Rob Gronkowski numbers, but you know what? That's an above average tight end number. There we go. Also, a guy I really want to talk about here, which is a good transition to something that we're going to talk about later. So I'm not going to get too much into it. Is Elijah Mitchell, the fifth. Not third. We had a lot of injuries. So when we all got all of our linebackers, he was fifth string because we got Raheem Mostert out. We have Jeff Wilson Jr. out. We had Trey Sermon out. Wayne Gallman was out. So we just kept Jermichael Hasty and Elijah Mitchell. And Elijah Mitchell did not play a preseason game. Jermichael Hasty did. So they put Mitchell in first ahead of Hasty. And he had 16 points. As a guy that never touched an NFL field, a guy that came from the Raging Cajuns, Louisiana. That guy's a stud. He's all over ESPN right now. So if you guys are in fantasy, that's a good sleeper. If your league does not watch a lot of sports channels, so you have a good chance of picking him up. Don't recommend it. Trey Sermon might come back next week. But who do you guys think people should pick up that are probably available out there?
Honestly, I think Christian Kirk is on a lot of free agency lines right now in a lot of leagues. Not everybody gave him the time of day because he kind of slowed down last year towards the end. But he had 24 points, and they played against a decent. I mean, the Titans' defense isn't good, but they're not extremely bad. Yeah, but they put some numbers up on him. So he had, I believe it was 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. He ended up with 24 points. DJ Chark, he's probably picked up already. Corey Davis probably picked up already. Maybe a running back that nobody really thought was going to transition was probably Mark Ingram. He had 14 points.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he did very well. There's another guy. Let me search on my phone. I have him on there. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
There's a lot of people out there in fantasy that just, really surprises you and really, kills you.
Yep.
So here's one. I don't know if everybody was watching the Colts game, but Zach Pascal, he did very well.
Oh, yeah.
He had only 4 receptions, 43 yards, but he was a red zone king. He had 2 touchdowns, and those were the only touchdowns for the Colts. So he may be good. I would advise not to get him this upcoming week, but if you want to, you can hold on to him, see if he does well going into week 2 and week 3. But yeah, a lot of these guys, they could be one and dones, you never know. So it's always that risk. But do you want to risk it when you have someone scoring 5 points for you?
Exactly.
But yeah. Those are the ones that I've looked at so far. They call me the waiver wire king, so I've been searching night and day.
They call you that?
Hey, man. Isn't that true?
I know. I need some of your advice, Vincent, because I have Mostert hurt, Jared Judy hurt. So definitely.
I'll tell you why I was never crowned the waiver wire king.
Let me hear it.
Because I win too much. I never win the waiver wires. I never win the waiver wires. I just got to pick up the nobodies and I make them into somebody.
You make them into somebody?
I
How do
make
you
them
do
into
that?
somebody.
Wow,
Hey.
if you're making people into somebody, I need to hear your fantasy. What do you do?
So this is what I do. I go on Twitter, and those nobodies, when you look them up on Twitter, their DMs are usually open. You give them a little bit of advice. You share screens, and they connect with you there. So I know a few people here and there.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of nobodies, also known as rookies, let's get into the topic of rookies with a purpose. Guys, rookies with a purpose. You guys could pick a rookie who really outperformed this past week or just really did not perform. You could even talk about Trevor Lawrence, who had 3 interceptions. PU. But yeah, who wants to start off?
I'll start off.
Okay, we got Gabe.
All right, my rookie start off is going to be for, unfortunately, the Fly Eagles fly. Great win at Atlanta. Not an easy. I mean, every time you go to another stadium, it's never easy. But great win. So I have Devontae Smith out of Alabama, rookie, 6 receptions, 71 yards, and 1 touchdown. First catch of the NFL goes for a touchdown to the corner of the end zone on the left side. Those Eagles are looking a little dangerous, and he had one hell of a game. One great rookie first game, What could you ask for?
All right, nice. I like it. I like your pick, man. I'm very proud that you were going with an Eagles player.
I did. That's the game I watched. I didn't want to pick a rookie. Like, I didn't watch that game. And unfortunately, I know everybody's thinking Mac Jones. I didn't get to watch that game. I was stuck with the Eagles, and I saw him play the whole game. So, I might as well choose him.
All right, well, that's okay, Gabe, because I'm going to pick Mac Jones for
Oh,
you.
there we go.
All right.
Back, no matter what.
All right, this is the guy nobody really thought was going to start week 1 going into they got drafted. He got drafted by the Patriots, and he played probably the best out of any of the week 1 quarterbacks rookies. There were some who didn't play, some who played a little bit. That was kind of weird for Justin Fields and Trey Lance to get some snaps in there, but not starting quarterbacks. So, but I mean, Zach Wilson, all right, but I think he threw one interception. Trevor Lawrence threw 3 interceptions, and then my boy Mac Jones out here, 0 interceptions, 1 touchdown, and 281 yards with a 74 completion percentage against a division rival in week 1, his first time ever playing in a real NFL game. If you're a Patriots fan, you got to be excited for the future. This might be the guy.
That might be the guy.
I think Gabe sent this tweet to us, but it was Mac Jones sees 8 yards in front of him completely to be able to run, and Keith checks it down to some other guy. And as a Patriots fan, you gotta love it.
What I loved about Mac Jones, though, is that he converted on 3rd down. There were 11 for 14 on 3rd down. And he even said in the press conference, there's some plays that he wish he had back to throw the ball away. So he's learning, which is good.
Oh, yeah.
But, that's super exciting. I felt, a little sad that they lost the game. It wasn't even his fault. But, hey, I'm happy. Gosh, I hate the Dolphins, man.
You should be real happy. Hell yeah.
That was awesome to see. I loved seeing him. And he talks like Bill Belichick in his press conference. So, Bill Belichick might have, had like a lab or something and made him a long time ago.
Sounds like Bill Belichick.
Yeah. Sounds like something he'd do. Anything to win.
I guess I'll go next. I feel like Vince wants the finale here. Okay. I'm going with the same guy I talked about for fantasy, guys. I talked about Elijah Mitchell, the Raging Cajun himself. He played this past Sunday with unexpected injury of Raheem Mostert, so he was not planning on starting. But you know what? You play to play, right? I mean, you play to play. You got to expect anything. So he's over there. He had 19 attempts. He gained 104 yards. He also averaged 5.5 yards a carry. So 104 yards, 5.5 yards a carry with 19 attempts. And he has 1 touchdown, which was a 38-yard touchdown run. So not bad for a dude that is just now like. I'm very pleased to have him. The Shanahan system, you always carry around 5 running backs, and he just tore it up. They call him the baby Mostert because that's who they remind him of, is a fast, quick, agile dude. And it takes I want to say more than one guy, but you got to wrap up to take that guy down. He's not going to make it easy for you. So big shout out over there to Elijah Mitchell. A lot of respect on that name. All right, what you guys? Vincent is next.
Let's see. So I remember on draft day looking at this guy get drafted, and then we come on Monday and we talk about who's gonna be the best first rounder and like offensively, of course, who's gonna be the best first rounder to make their imprint on the NFL. And that boy is Jamar Chase. I talked about it back then. I'll talk about it now. This guy, 7 targets, 5 receptions, I think 101 yards. Yeah, 101 yards, a touchdown. This kid knows how to play. And I don't know if you guys have seen it on Twitter, but it's all over Twitter when they have that flashback when they were both playing for LSU.
Yeah.
And it flashes back to the NFL on the college game and did step for step, man. Step for step, same pass. That was just the play he scored on.
That was
But,
really
yeah,
cool.
this kid, they didn't play like a super, super good team, but the Vikings are not a joke. But yeah, so I think that he's going to translate well wherever he goes against. Of course, against the tougher defenses, he's going to struggle a little bit just because, the Bengals aren't super, super stacked, but they do have a good little receiving core and a good running back and a good QB if we're going to talk about LSU products. But yeah, so I think Jamar Chase is that guy. He's going to be one of the best receivers coming out from that class for sure, even though a lot of the receivers there have done well in week 1.
Nice. I like it. I like y'all's picks. That was very nice. I really like yours, Vincent. A lot of people are not expecting the Bengals to win that game.
A lot of people.
But you know who knew they were going to win that? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm trying to point to Vincent and Reed.
This guy's making some sign language over here. But yeah, man, the Bengals' time is now. Like I said, they're going to win those games. It's going to be a tough season for them, but I got a lot of faith in them. So let's go Bengals. Got a lot to look forward to, especially tonight. You guys, we have Monday Night Football. We got the Baltimore Ravens. I'm looking at my screen right now. Baltimore Ravens against the Las Vegas Raiders, who we've been talking about both teams a lot. We've been talking more positive about the Raiders. Can someone talk to me about what's going down?
What's going down? So they're at the new gorgeous Las Vegas Raider Stadium. Literally, it's like a perfect oval, I don't know, circle. They have the big torch. They have fans back, the new black hole. They got Raiders fans going in there. They're going to be face mask and everything. It's going to be crazy. And believe it or not, I think the Raiders are going to go in there, march at home. And you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. The Raiders are going to whoop some butt. It's going to be a close one. The Raiders are going to come in and they're going to claim their spot, claim their new stadium, claim their new city, and win this game.
Wow. That's bold. That's bold. Anyone to oppose?
I don't oppose. I did their schedule. I did the Ravens schedule. And I have them losing today. It's going to be a close game, though. I'll show my prediction right after everybody says who they think is going to win.
All right. So, go ahead.
Okay, you wanted to go, AJ.
No. Go ahead.
Okay. I got the Ravens. I don't believe in the Raiders. The Ravens have had a lot of injuries, which does hurt my prediction. I just got destroyed in the running back position, and they lost their best corner also. But I still think Lamar Jackson is going to overpower that Raider defense. So I think I already predicted this one also. I'm not sure. But I drew this logo off of memory. I didn't look at anything. So I got the Ravens.
You have the Ravens here?
I got the Ravens here.
Well, Reed, I was gonna give us time to work on a logo, but seems like you already worked on yours.
Yeah.
But
I worked really hard on it.
Wow. Ravens, Raiders, Raider Nation. All right, guys, give me 5 seconds to work on a logo real
quick.
Going.
I'm gonna put my score on here.
What was your score?
24-17.
My score that I predicted is going to be 27 for the Raiders and 24 for the Ravens. It's going to be a close game.
I'm going to one-up you. 24-28.
Okay.
Wow. 24-17.
24-17.
I don't know. I know it's going to be a close game.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I still think the Ravens defense is someone like a team to reckon with. So the Raiders are going to have a little bit of issues, but Darren Waller, man, that guy can ball. So I think he's going to be the main key for their win. It's those of you who have him on your fantasy who stretched in either like round 3 or round 4 to get him. You're going to get rewarded this year again, hopefully. Knock on wood and all that stuff. But I think the Raiders are good. Some people are saying that Josh Jacobs isn't going to produce well there because of certain injuries and stuff like that. But, it doesn't have to always be on Josh Jacobs' shoulder. So I think Darren Waller is going to carry it for them. And I think the Raiders will do decent this year. But, just for fantasy purposes, not maybe playoffs.
Will wants to know who has a better coach tonight.
Oh, gosh.
Easy. Ravens.
Easy.
Yeah.
I think it's crucial that Gruden gets this win to have a good season.
For him, yeah, but
Hey, that's pretty good.
What is going on?
The Raven. What do you mean? What's going on?
Where did that come from, AJ? Where'd you trace that at?
Grace, what do you mean? Look.
What? Why is it the head shaped that way?
It's like the logo's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what
yeah, but like
Looking down at him, Reed.
one is like messed up on one side.
What do you mean messed up? What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about?
It's a
Nestor,
feather
why is
head.
Nestor being so mean, dude?
What's that?
Man, we praise the Steelers.
It's the Ravens logo. What do you mean?
Out of 7 out of 10 for me.
I like your final score though. It's pretty good.
24-20. I like yours. I like 24-17. But I'm not gonna copy you. I'm gonna have the Raiders score 3 more points. I'm really high on the Raiders, guys, but it's the first game. They lost 3 running backs. The Ravens did. And now Nestor's being nice. Now he's saying he loves it. Thank you, Nestor. Appreciate it. But yeah, I hope Lamar Jackson tears it up on one of my fantasy leagues. I locked down 2 dubs already. Shout out to Vince. On my last league, I need Lamar Jackson to get 16 points and I win.
Me too. I need to
16
get
points.
Easy, bro.
16. That's it. Just 16.
Ooh, he just needs to have a decent game.
He could have two touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and he's gonna win it for you by rushing.
Oh my gosh. I'm looking at the Las Vegas stadium. They're literally sliding out the stadium. They're sliding it out.
It is so cool. That's on my bucket list stadiums to go to. That's a really nice stadium.
Dude, the bucket list for all of us should go to Las Vegas, man.
Yeah.
I want to go so bad.
The first time I went, I remember seeing the area that they were starting to lay out so they could build that stadium.
That's cool.
It was pretty cool.
Jeez,
But
man.
I mean, they hadn't started on it yet. It hadn't even been announced that they wanted to move there, but they were already laying track for that area.
They knew.
Yeah, they
They
knew.
knew. But man, dude, I need to go to the NFL game.
Hey, man. I'm down to go whenever. Just tell me.
I need to go to one that I'm actually going to like.
Hey, man.
You guys broadcast live in Vegas during the Super Bowl.
That's not a bad idea.
All right.
Stripling.
Start supporting the podcast more, and we can do it.
Yeah, man. We'll put a GoFundMe real fast right now.
Yeah,
You gotta send us.
What he means is that we need more supporters. Will Stripling, he does support. He's subscribed to our YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
He's followed us on Facebook.
Oh,
Muhammad
no.
Rabi joins in late. He says, "Go Pack, go!" Hey, Muhammad, we did mention your prediction earlier.
PG
But yeah,
Mom.
guys, support helps out a lot. It seems like right now we're on a roller coaster and on our social medias. But guys, anything helps. So appreciate all you subscribers on YouTube, all you followers on Twitter and followers on Facebook. It does help out a lot. We just started on Twitter. We're on Twitter right now. That's insane.
Mhm.
Yeah. So go ahead and follow us there, guys. That is at NSP Football Talk. Our name is Not So Pro Football Talk. So depending how you search it up, that's who we are. What do you guys think? So final decision is 2 Raiders, 2 Ravens.
And then Will voted for the Ravens, so we're up, AJ.
Will voted for the Ravens. So
Yeah.
Reed, we're actually on the same team.
What?
How's
High
that
five, buddy.
possible?
High five.
How's that possible?
I'm gonna text Benny right now. Vote for the Raiders.
Nestor, I think Nestor's going to vote for the Ravens.
Yeah, I think Nestor will.
Oh no, Nestor, go with your heart.
Come on, Nestor. You know you don't like those Ravens. Don't
Yeah,
vote.
they're in your
Loves the
division. You
Ravens.
want them to lose. They need to lose.
No. He wants them to win so they could get the confidence and they just blow the rest
Oh
of
my
the
God.
Whatever, AJ. You're just
That's
sweet
how you
talking
do
him
it.
right now, AJ.
Muhammad says Ravens 27-17.
Mm.
That's not a bad one.
Yeah, will Muhammad be off by only a touchdown this week?
Well, how would be off? Will T. Williams have plus 10 points on fantasy this game? Because he's a starting running back, third string original. Nestor says he's going dark. He's out of here. Yes, he's out. Will Sammy Watkins do something? Can we see him out there? Would Hollywood Brown score more than 2 touchdowns?
Mm-hmm.
Or can we flip it over? Are we going to see Josh Jacobs scoring, or are they going to switch up the ball and give it to Kenyon Drake more? Can we see Ruggs score? Can we see Derek Carr be that Derek Carr we saw in what, 2000?
I think it was
16?
2015, 2016. Yeah.
He's been in the league for 8 years. That's insane.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy, man. I feel so
I
like.
thought it was like
old.
2018 or something like that.
I don't know.
It was 2017.
But you think he'd do something by now?
Yeah, he needs to do something.
Can we see Marcus Mariota come in?
Yeah.
Ooh. Nah, I think the first game's too early. Knowing John Gruden, I don't think so. Unless Derek Carr is absolutely stinking up the place, that is not going to happen. But guys, I love Will's idea. We have to get out there, Las Vegas, and we have to do a show. We have to make
That'd be
it.
awesome.
That'd be crazy.
$1,000 on black too. Spin the real roulette.
Yes, we'll start a GoFundMe page so we could waste all the money in the casinos and all that.
Our money I win from
Reed's
Reed.
ready for it too. That'd be fun, but that is the goal, you guys. I do a lot of research on small podcasts or bigger podcasts, and these guys, I mean, after years, they just get bigger and bigger, and they do road trips. You know, they get out there to real games, do podcasts right before, right after the games, and all their followers, you know, they have discounted tickets. They go, they follow them. They're there. They're having fun. And you know what, guys? Maybe one day we could have that type of family and that type of community here. But until then, I mean, we appreciate every single one of y'all being here, especially you regulars that are here every week. We love you guys.
Heck yeah.
And we should be getting some guests here soon. Yeah, we'll start rolling in with some guests. And guys, we will roast the crap out of our guests.
Oh yeah.
So
we're gonna
guys,
make them sign a waiver so they don't get butt hurt too bad, you know.
yeah, they will sign a waiver because it's going to be open game. We could roast the heck out of them, and they could roast us, but not too bad for us. But there's no limit for us against them.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, we're gonna have a lot of fun. There's a lot of things to come. Thank you so much for supporting us, you guys. Honestly, guys, we're trying to push YouTube, so go out there. If you're feeling generous today, hit that subscribe button, guys. It is free. I promise you. If they charge you anything, I'll give you a refund back. I guarantee it. All right, it's free out there. Help support the podcast. We love every single one of y'all. And until next week, you guys. Till week 2, let's go Niners. Oh, sorry, wrong podcast.
What?
You guys are dismissed. All right,
Let's go, Patriots. Vote Raider Nation tonight.
Raider Nation, let's go,
Go
baby.
Ravens.
Let's go, Ravens.